my quiet music on, please?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks.
What is it in Pilates?
Yeah, meditation.
Meditation.
Peaceful meditation.
Good.
Play. Hello, Pauline. And Derek. Hi, Bo. Back to the tranquility. Hi, Maggie. Is it? Hi, Elisa. Hi, Lars. Lars with his record-breaking sit-ups. Very good. Rob, welcome. You're alive then, or Bo's just gone onto your account to cover up the murder. One of the two. I've got a Facebook troll in the name of Sid. Yes, Maggie from Amsterdam, yeah, our full European contingency. Hello, Leanne. I think, hopefully Christina's got the link. I sent another message. Hi, Karen and Jim. Wait, one more minute and then we'll crack on. So all you need today is our mat, a water bottle and a towel for your head if you find that more comfy. And lying flat. Super. I'm going to go into position. Might have to take Sid's phone off him. When you look back at the message stream. Right, taking my shoes off. So the good news is I have my left sock on my left foot and my right on my right foot. I expect this level of commitment from all of you. Derek. Right. Let's get ourselves ready. So sit however you find comfortable. Either have your legs crossed, just the soles of the feet together, legs slightly out. Don't mind at this point, we're just going to do some breathing. So sitting nice and comfy, just close our eyes, sit back nice straight back, engaging our core, making sure our ribs are nice and active and we're funneling those rib cages into our belly buttons. Keeping that tension in our own internal corsets. Okay, so nice deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Breathing in. And breathing out. Good job. Again, think about your position, the engagement of your core, your nice, strong, straight spine. And just try and relax. So hands on your knees, or just to the side of the floor, either way is fine. And just roll the shoulders, loosen up those shoulder blades, opening up the chest. Perfect. Plant your right hand, extend your left, little side stretch. Feeling your waists opening out. Back to center. Palm down, extend your right knee. So we look to the left, back to centre, look to your right. Back to centre, lower your chin. Back to centre, gently to the ceiling. Back to centre. Perfect. Let's get ourselves down to the mat. So let's have our feet flat on the floor, our knees bent, and curl ourselves down to the floor. Get yourselves nice and comfortable. Mandatory wardrobe adjustments. Okay, so just going to find our nice, oh, the floor's cold on my arms. Just going to find a nice neutral position. So we're going to start off with our chin. So the airway is nice and open. We're not too far up, or not too far down. It's a nice neutral position where you feel that your airways are nice and open. Your shoulder blades are nice and relaxed and open. All good. Then working our way down our body, our shoulder blades are in contact with the floor. To find our neutral pelvis, we're going to do the marble roll. So imagine you've got a marble on your belly button. You're going to tilt your pelvis so the marble rolls accordingly. So you have to do this nice and steady. If you go too quick, your marble will fall off. Derek's got previous for losing his marble, or marbles. So nice tilt to the pelvis, core lovely and tight. So when you're tilting your pelvis up, so your bits and bobs are going up, you're imprinting your lower back into the mat. Tilting your pelvis, so your bits and bobs go down, the little arch. Okay, so one more time, full tilt, keeping that lower back nice and pinned. Full the other way, big old arch. And in the middle of those two is your neutral pelvis. So now we have our neutral chin, so our airways are open, we have our neutral pelvis. So our ribs and our hips are in line with each other. Our feet are straight out through our hips and down, so they are literally a hip distance apart when they're on the floor. Okay. Let's engage our core. So let's have our fingers over our hip bones to make sure we're engaging. So when your core is relaxed, thumbs on the side of your hips, hook your fingers over your frontal hip bones. Okay? Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Suck that belly button into your spine and tilt your pelvis and get your lower back onto the mat. You should feel the core engage under your fingertips, and that's what we need to keep constant when we're doing these exercises. Okay, so have a little relax. And this time I'm going to repeat it and slide our right leg out and sliding back in a nice slow, steady tempo. Okay, then we're going to reset our breath, do the other side. So, lying neutral, fingers hooked over our ribs. Let's do this together. So nice deep breath in. Core nice and tight, belly button into your spine, tilt your pelvis in front of the floor, feel that core tight under your fingers, and slowly and controlled extend your right leg along the floor, keep that core tight. As soon as you feel it drop out from those fingers, stop and reset. Draw them back in. Good, relax your breath. Let's go to the left. Deep breath in, belly button to spine, imprint your back, squeeze that core, lovely and controlled, extend your left leg, keep that core tight, bring it back in. Okay, so in your own time now, we're going to do 4 more legs. So 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Okay, so in our own time, nice deep breath in. Belly button to spine, tilt that pelvis, feel the tightness in the core, extending your right. Bring you in, keep that back pinned. And let's go for our left. If you can shallow breathe while keeping that core tight and the back pinned, absolutely perfect. If you need to stop and reset, do so. We've got 1 more pair. Going to reset, belly button to spine, tilting that pelvis, really strong core, extending my right. Bring them back. Shallow breathing to keep my core tight, back pinned, but to still carry on, extending my left. Bringing him back in. Okay, when you've done your 4, just rest. Neutral chin, neutral hips, and breathe. In through your nose, out through your mouth. We're now going to put our hands onto our ribs. Okay, so we're going to move slightly higher up and feeling our hip bones. So when we breathe in, we're going to feel our ribs expand to the sides. Every time we breathe out, our ribs are going to come back in. And we're going to also try and squeeze squeeze them, so funning them. I'm just going to get up so I can show you what I mean. So when you're breathing in, you're going to feel your ribs extend that way. And as you breathe out, your ribs will naturally come in. You're going to imagine trying to funnel them down. So think how your rib cage is shaped, squeezing them into it lovely and tight. So 3 breaths, and each time try and keep the core tighter and tighter and tighter. Okay. So into position. Everything nice and neutral. Hands on your ribs. Deep breath in through your nose, feel your ribs expand. Then breathe out through your mouth, feel your ribs go in. And squeeze that core so keep them nice and tight. So this time breathe into our ribs, but try not to expand them, but still a big, big breath. And breathe out. And bring the ribs even tighter in. So you're really feeling your core work. And one more time. Perfect. Let's loosen up those hips. So let's extend our right leg. Our left leg is still bent, our foot flat on the floor. We're taking a nice deep breath in. Imprint our back onto the mat. There's a slight pelvic tilt, so you feel the stability. Then just going to rotate the femur. So it's not a twisting or a circle motion. It literally is your leg is one solid straight object and it's moving inside the hip socket. Visualize your ball and socket and it's moving inside. So let's go for 4 or 5 rotations. Keeping those hips static, the core tight, the back pinned. Feel that rotation. 4, 1 more. 5. Perfect. Lower him down to the ground. Reset your posture, so nice deep breath, tilt your spine, imprint your back, extend your left leg. Let's rotate him 6 times. Nice and controlled. 1 more. Perfect, lower him back down. Okay, so we're going to bring our hip drops out, our leg drops. So we have our feet and our knees and ankles together at this point, core level and tight. Tilt your pelvis, core tight, back pinned. And you're going to bring out your right leg only. So keep your glutes tight too, and bring it back up. Set it back and centered, and then you can take out your left leg. I'm going to go this way, if it helps. So my knees are together, feet are together, core is nice and tight, back is pinned. I'm opening out my right knee, bringing it back in. Taking out my left. Okay, so 1 more with our right. Back in and with our left. The core tight, hips aren't moving at all. Perfect, little rest. Then we're going to go with both legs. Okay, nice deep breath in. Belly button to spine, tilt that pelvis, imprint your back, core beautifully tight, and bring out both legs. Feeling stretch on your inner thigh, bring it back in. 2 more times. Core tight, back pinned, hips static, open them out, bring them back. 1 more. Nice and controlled. Perfectly static hips. Back in. Good. I'm just going to come back to my starting point. Okay, so we've done our warm-up. Now I'm going to start with the 100. So you want to have a drink of water, do you say? So I'm going to waffle on first of all with the 100. We have a choice of leg positions and head positions. What is the black mat? Okay. Imagine a shoe is a pillow. So if your neck gets tired when you're doing the 100, you can still have your what's the cushion, anything at all. It's on the table. Oh. My beautiful assistant has gone to get the towel. We'll just grab this. Yeah, so if you find your neck gets tired, put your rolled up towel or your block behind your head. Still have your chin tucked and activate your core. So you're going to have your back imprinted into the mat still. You can keep your head down, so either have your feet down doing your 100 taps, but still think of shortening this gap, making this as tight as possible without taking your head off. So you can still have the 3 positions that we do with your head supported by the towel. So it'll be breath in, belly button to spine, tuck it in, do your taps here. You can again have your head on the block and have your legs at the tabletop position, or have the active legs up with your head down, but still work your core. It's not a case of lying there without engaging your core, because they don't work in. Okay, so you can do it either with a towel or without. I find it more comfortable for me not to have a towel. So let's get on with our 100. Are we ready? So nice deep breath in. Belly button to spine, tilt that pelvis, imprint that back, tuck your chin, arms to the side, your shoulder blades up off the floor, either keeping your feet on the floor. Let's go. Looking down at your belly button, making sure it's staying tight, that band of core muscles are keeping you nice and flat and engaged. Or you can have the tabletop position. You can keep that back pinned, keep the core tight, shallow breathe, or stop and reset if you need to. That's my 50. This is the option for the other legs. Got rotation going on. My feet aren't straight. I have the active Pilates legs, so those quads are engaged. Core tight, back pinned, looking at that bottom core. Okay, I've got 20 more. When you are done, lower your legs, lower your head, feet onto the floor, and rest. That's usually more painful, but as soon as you disengage and you feel your core muscles stretching out. Very good. Okay. So, what we're going to do now is our roll up. Those who are able, we'll show you what we're going to be doing. Those who haven't yet got the strength, once we're up, we'll show you what you're going to do. So those who are able, we're going to roll up, so we have our legs nice and straight. The slightly easier version is to have your legs bent. Again, the choice is yours. But with the roll up, place your arms up into the air. Tuck your chin, and roll yourself up into this position. Okay? So for having your knees bent, to get yourself up, again, absolutely fine. So those who are still working on their strength, you can bring your knees into your chest and roll yourself up. The only time Lars and Derek and Jim I'm allowing momentum. So what you're going to be doing is the roll down, okay? So you're going to have your hands on your knees, your elbows out, elbows out to the side, tucking your chin, you're going to be rolling back and rolling yourself back up. So from the side, chin round, extending back and using your core. So the more you can get used to not pulling with your hands, so you almost, as you get a little bit stronger but not quite ready for the roll down, is to take your hands off as you come back up, so you get used to using the right core muscles. So those of us that can do the roll up and also do the roll down, so like 6 please. Those who are doing the different versions, keep going until we're ready. Okay. So the full roll down, we have our legs out straight, we have active legs, we have our toes up to the ceiling, arms out straight. Nice deep breath in. Belly button to spine, so suck all your innards into your diaphragm, rounding our shoulders and going down, burn down to the floor. Okay, and then reverse. Hold tight, breathe out, reset, tuck your chin, curl yourself up. Good. Okay, we've got 4 more, so in your own time. So on your last one, I'm going to stay on the floor. So final one for me, rolling up. My final one down, I'm going to stay there. Hands to the floor, Bend your feet, natural neutral hips and chin, and just breathe. Are we all there? Perfect. Now we're going to do our single leg circles. So our body's going to stay in exactly the same place, but we're going to extend our right leg up to the ceiling. We're going to make our legs active, so the slight rotation of the femur so our quads join in. Core beautifully tight, back pinned into the floor. We're going to lower our legs. It's going to be straight down the middle and out to the side and up. If you find that you have quite a bit of limited movement in your hip, just go down and as small a circle as you need to get back up without any discomfort. So we're going to go for 6 to 10 of these. So core level and tight, print that back into the mat. Strong, strong legs straight down the centre line, circling them around and bringing back up. So the hips don't move, we don't have any sort of rocking or leaning with our hips because our back is imprinted, our hips are solid. Straight down the centre line, scoop them round and bring them up. Keep that core beautifully tight, back pinned. You're going to feel the internal resistance where you want to arch that back up to assist in the movement. Don't, please. So core tight still, back imprinted, straight down that centre of the body line, circling round, bring it back up. Perfect. When you've done all 6, or at least 6, between 6 and 10, change legs. So reset, get your body in a nice neutral position, deep breath in, belly button to spine, imprint that back into the mat, extend your left leg, activate it with that slight rotation, straight down the middle, and scooping round. I actually managed to avoid the furniture. Got 5 more at least, so straight down that body line, beautifully pointing toes there, Derek, very nice, round and up. 4 more for me. We've got a faster tempo, it's absolutely fine, just keep going until we all catch up. Again, focus on keeping those hips static, that pelvis doesn't move. Just the femur moving around within that socket. 2 more, core tight, keep pinned. Last one. And lower. Bend that knee, foot flat on the ground. Neutral position, so neutral pelvis, neutral chin, and breathe. All okay? So now we're going to go for the roll like a ball. So let's bring our knees into our chest and roll ourselves up, or if you're happy to do your traditional roll up, absolutely fine. So Pauline, I trust you're doing the roll up. Okay, so we have the roll like a ball. So I'll show you what I'd like the roll like a ball to look like, and then what the modification is for those that are still building up their strength. So we have our feet brought into our body, our knees are bent, we have our hands on our knees and our elbows nice and high. We're going to tuck our chin through them round that back. Beautiful C curve. Then we roll down under control to our shoulder blades and back up. What we don't use is our arms to pull ourselves back from here. It's not a case of yanking to get back up. It's keeping that core beautifully tight and using those muscles to get yourself back up. Also, what I don't want to see is when we roll back, that we get up to our head. It literally is the base of our shoulder blade. So one more time, we took our chin, under control, we slide off our sit bones to our shoulder blades and back up. So those who are happy with the ball, I like between 6 and 10. The guys who are still working on the strength for that, we're going to do the rock. So guys doing the ball, you can start now with your 10. Those doing the rock, what we're going to do is start on exactly the same. Tucking our chin, coming off onto our sit bones, yeah? And just get used to rocking very, very slightly, okay? If you do end up rolling back, absolutely fine, just get yourself back up and start again. But really think what's going on in that core. Now, play with the rock. Don't bring your legs in too tight in the ball, because it makes it a lot harder to get back up again. So as you're still learning, just have a nice relaxed bend. So I'm going to do 5, while you guys have probably already done 5. So anything nice and tight, tucking my chin, rounding my back, doing my shoulder blades and back up. Little toe tap and repeat. Perfect. All good. Let's roll back and stay there. Okay. Time for our single leg stretch. So, the position that we're looking for is we're going to bring both our knees into the chair, into our chest, where we just ended up being like a ball. Lift them up so you can really get that lower back pinned into the mat. Keep hold of your right knee and extend your left. Again, if you find that your neck gets tired, you can have your cushion under your head, but still work that core. Don't not engage him if you've got your cushion. So I've got my right knee into my chest and my left leg up. Take your cushion away. I've tucked my chin and get my shoulder blades up off the floor. So I'm really shortening and working my core here, and we basically change over legs. So we're nice and tight here, then we push out the opposite leg. Okay? So we're going to add in the breaths if you wish. Okay, so take a nice deep breath in as we bring in the leg. And breathe out, push out your other leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so 4 more. Breathe in, bring your leg in. Breathe out, push out. Keep that core solid. Breathe in, breathe out. If you're getting more used to the breathing, you can do sort of 2 movements on 1 breath. So nice deep breath in. Push the leg out, don't breathe out. Bring him in, push the other one out, now breathe out. Okay, but only when you feel comfortable with that. So 2 more, push out that leg really strong. Bring him in, change him over. Good, 1 more. Okay, lower yourself down. Perfect. Double leg stretch is coming next. We're just going to breathe. Everything nice and neutral. Okay, so back into our ball position. Bring our knees into the chest. Little roll to make sure our back is imprinted into the ground. Tuck your chin, get your shoulder blades up off the floor. Okay, so from this position here, we're going to extend our arms and our legs. Keep that core tight and the back pinned. You're going to extend both your arms and your legs. Okay? Perfect? Then you're going to lower your arms, scoop them round and grab your knees. Okay? I don't mind how theatrical the arms are. So we're going to do 6 more of those. So core nice and tight, tuck in your chin, roll yourself up, our knees are still bent. Then extend our arms. If you'd rather, you can just literally then grab hold of your knees and go back down. Okay? Let's go for 5 more. So nice deep breath in, core tight. Tuck your chin, get your shoulders up and off. Extend those arms and legs, and let's go hold for 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Bring them back in. Good. 3 more. Breathe in. Core tight. Imprint. Tuck your chin, peel yourself up. Extend your arms and legs. Again, strong legs. Got the slight rotation going on. Hold in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Feeling in your core? 2 more. Let's breathe in. Tuck your chin, belly back to spine, imprint into the mat. Extend our arms and legs, activate those legs. Let's hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 1 more. As you see, my counting hasn't improved during quarantine. Okay, last one. Nice deep breath in, belly button to spine, tuck your chin, peel up, imprint on the mat, nice and solid. Extend those arms and the legs, active arms. Let's go for a 5. Keep them tight. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Feet down, neutral positions, and breathe. Ready for number 3 in the leg stretch series? So we have our scissor stretch. So then start off, both hands into your chest, roll up those hips so that lower back gets pinned. And let's straighten both our legs up. So our scissor stretch, so we hold on to one leg, then we lower the other, and up and change. So if you're feeling this, you can go all the way back up and then change your leg, absolutely perfect. Or if you're feeling more confident, you can start doing the halfway change. You don't wait for the other leg to come up. Most important thing is that core remains tight and you are imprinted into that mat at all times. Keep your legs strong and active. So in this case, we're not just going straight, they're not all bent and floppy. We're working to keep them straight as we lower. If your hamstrings are tight there, I'm perfectly happy to keep that bent leg, but you'll end up doing a toe tap, so you keep the same shape in the leg. Okay? Just have them bent at all times. Not something in between. Right then, so we're going to go for 10 pairs. Are we ready? Deep breath in. Belly button to spine. Imprint it into that mat. Lovely strong legs if you're going for straight legs, or keep the same angle if you're bending. And let's do our scissors. Keep that leg strong as you lower. Keep the glutes tight, core tight. And let's change. Good. So really stretching out that leg, bringing him into you and stretching him away. Feeling okay? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Keep your legs there for a moment. We're just going to all have a go at the bent leg version. Change your toes so you've got quite active feet. And see how you feel the difference of keeping your feet flexed. Pulling your hamstrings more, you've got more of a tendency for your lower back to come up. So make sure you keep them lovely and pointy toes. So again, core tight, back pinned, and you're lowering down and touching that toe, coming back up and changing. Again, you're going to feel that internal resistance where your back wants to come up. Really focus on just touching the floor, keeping that back tight. Okay? Good job. Both feet down. And breathe. Very nice. Okay, so slightly harder movement. I'm going to give this a go now. Again, the importance of keeping that back imprinted in the mat is absolutely massive. So first of all, into our chest, little roll. So lovely and flat on that mat. Let's extend our legs. Make them active. So rotate those fingers. I'm going to scale one. Well, I'll show you the foot size first. So tucking our shoulders to the floor, our heads are just behind. And we're going to lower our legs. What you want to do is lower your legs as far as you can without the lower back coming up off the mat. You will feel that internal resistance where you want to arch the back. If you find having straight, active legs is quite, it's challenging. It's a hard exercise coming up and down without the back coming off the floor. You can do it just again with our chin up and our shoulders up with a bent leg. Again, you're going to feel that resistance, but it's more achievable to do. Or you just do not go as far down. So core nice and tight again with your knees bent. If you only go to here before your back comes up, absolutely fine. Straight legs, if you only go to about here, absolutely fine. As soon as you feel your back arching, you must stop. It's all about keeping that hip, pelvis tilted, core tight, back pinned. So let's try for 5. Any level that you wish. So nice deep breath in, make sure you're imprinted into that mat. Extend the legs if you're going for straight legs or have them bent, if that's how you're going to stay. So everything's tight, tuck your chin, shoulder blades up, arms out to the side. You go for your 5 lowers, really keep tight. Go down as far as you find comfortable and come up. Think about filling those ribs together, really pushing that core nice and tight together. It is hard. I've got 2 more. And so in between 4 and 5, I did a full reset. Got to look after that back, keep that core lovely and tight. Let's rest. That's a toughie. Okay. Are we ready? Bicycle crunches. So the legs are very similar to what we do in our single leg stretch. Okay, we're going to have our hands out to the side, and as you bring in, you're just going to bring the opposite leg over. Okay? So what you could do to slow down the movement is have both knees in, and as you extend your left, bring your left shoulder up to your right knee. Bring them both in, curl up, and twist. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's go for 8 in total, 4 either side. Nice deep breath in. Bend into spine, imprint to the mat. Tuck your chin, bring yourself up, your hands for decoration really here. You're not pulling on your head. So extend your left leg, bring your left arm across, bring your knee in, back down. You're good? If you want to keep your head up, that's absolutely fine also. This is number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rest. Good job. Feet on the floor. Very nice. Next, we're doing the saw stretch. So either get yourself up to a seating position by holding your 2 knees and rocking, or do your roll up. Sorry, spine stretch, not saw. Lying. So nice upright position. You have your legs out straight and you have active feet, so they're not sort of flopping out and relaxing. Active legs, active feet. Nice straight back to start off with. So arms out in front. We're going to drop our chin, round our back, roll forward. Back. Okay. So all the way up, and we drop our chin, round our back that way, and roll it forward. So 2 more. So nice deep breath in. Get everything up into your diaphragm, everything lovely and tight. Round your back, rolling forward. 1 more. Arms out in front. Nice straight spine to start off with. Active feet, drop your chin, round, and go forward. Perfect. Okay. Good job. 1 leg rockers coming. These are progressions. So let's sit on our bottoms. Feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent. Core nice and tight. Think about getting everything sucked up into your diaphragm. And let's take ourselves off our sit bones so you can sit relatively comfortably and stably at that angle. So I think as we are now going to extend our left leg. So nice and steady, extending that left leg and holding for a count of 5. If you find the hamstrings are too tight, just bring them up to the side, but keep that knee soft. Okay? 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Bring it back in. We haven't gone back down. We've kept the core tight. Our feet are still floating in the air. Let's go for our right leg. Let's extend him and hold him with 5. Again, if you're happy with bent leg, just hold him up with bent leg. 4, 3, core tight. 2, 1. Good, good. Okay. Let's have a go for the 2. So nice deep breath in. If you've got tight hamstrings, just get used to taking them up with a slightly more bent leg. If you work on your flexibility, let's go for a straight leg. So nice tight core, sitting comfortably off our sit bones, extend both legs. Let's hold for 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, good. So the one-legged rocker ends up being a sort of falling off our sit bones. It's a very odd exercise, but we'll get there in time. Okay. Let's go again with our rockers. So a little bit of a reset, nice and straight. And go with our left leg. So nice deep breath in, legs are together. Core tight, roll yourself off your sit bones. Extend your left leg, and let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking plan. Let's go for our right leg. Straighten up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Bring it back in. Let's go for both legs. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Feet together. Take that down. Corkscrew next. We're just going to rest on the floor. Okay, both knees into your chest. Lift up your hips so you can flatten that lower back for me and extend both your legs. If you're happy having them nice and straight and active, absolutely perfect. If rather having them slightly bent so there's less strain on those hamstrings, also absolutely fine. Have my hands just under either side of my glutes for a bit more stability so I can keep working on my core strength without worrying on my lower back coming up off the floor. So, the core nice and tight, either with straight, strong legs or slightly bent. Going to go for your corkscrews. So we're going to do little circles with both feet together. So work on doing sort of 5 or 6 in one direction. And think about your lower back, keep that core tight. The size of the circle depends entirely on your ability to keep your back pinned to the ground and that core tight, okay? So 5 or 6 in one direction, build up the size of your circle, and we change direction. So start off nice and small. Keep that core beautifully tight, that lower back pinned into the mat. Five or 6. Perfect. Lower your knees, feet to the ground. Jump. Okay, let's work on our shoulder bridges. So if you're like me, you've got your socked feet on the tile floor, but you do have a mat, try and just get your heels on for a little bit more resistance because we're going to go into a shoulder bridge. So it's slightly different to our glute bridges where we like to go a little bit higher. The important thing is to think about your airway. We're not trying to squash our trachea. So everything nice and tight, engage that core, bone into your spine. Although we're lifting our spine, still need to suck it in. So squeezing those glutes, bring yourselves up to your shoulders. What I'd like to see are your ribs and hips staying level. It's not a case of sort of trying to, can't really see, but getting your ribs higher than your hips. It's not what we're looking for. So it's a beautiful, straight, flat back. So deep breath in, belly button to spine, engage everything, lift all up to our shoulder blades. And hopefully you haven't really heard a change in my voice because I haven't trapped or trained at any part of my throat. Squeeze those glutes, arms out to the side for stability. And let's come back down, but we'll go bone by bone. So think about going down your thoracic bones into your lumbar bones. We're going down like a snake, but coming up like a board. So nice deep breath in. Keep that core tight, back is pinned to the floor to start with. Then lift those hips up to the up to your shoulder bridge. Good, good, good. Squeeze your bum, and then articulate back down. Okay, so you snake it down. So go for 3 more. So nice deep breath in. Belly button to spine. Tilt that pelvis so you're imprinted on that mat beautifully flat. Then lift your hips up to your shoulder blades. Yeah, that's right. And then roll down, bone by bone, and tilt. Good. 2 more. Deep breath in. Belly button to spine. Tilt the pelvis before we lift. So back is flat. Squeeze those hips. Bring yourselves up to your shoulder blades. Then roll yourself back down. Good. 1 more. Deep breath in. Belly button to spine. Imprinted to the mat. Core hugely tight. Really feeling it more on your external obliques. Internal obliques. Bring them up. Squeeze. And lower down. job. Right, now it's time for the saw. Bring your knees into your chest and roll yourself up to a seating position. I'm going to spin around so I'm facing you. So, legs are out. Again, if you have tightness in your hamstrings, you can sit on a block, sit on a towel just to lift yourself up, or have your knees slightly bent, but have a nice straight back. Arms out to the side. So we're going to do a nice deep breath in, and as you rotate, we'll breathe out and touch our other foot. So, nice deep breath in, rotate and breathe out. Scoop and breathe in. Nice and straight. Twist and breathe out. Scoop and breathe in. Rotate and breathe out. Scoop and breathe in. Last time, rotate and breathe out. Good job. Perfect. So have your legs however is comfortable. You can stay in the saw position, have them straight out, have them soles together, have your legs crossed. But think about your pelvis position, so you might have a nice straight spine. So the arms directly out of the front, thumbs up. Okay, so what we're going to do is take our thumbs up to the ceiling. If you remember how we did this with we're holding the Pilates discs. So imagine you're pushing out against that, but giving our thumbs up. Okay, so core nice and tight, shoulders are set. Take my arms directly above our head. Back down. And we've got two more of those. I'm going to pop to the side angle so you can hopefully see what it looks like. Hopefully a nice straight spine, core tight. I set my shoulder blades, bring my arms all the way up, so in my straight line position. And back down. Okay. So one final time, thumbs up, core tight. Nice straight back, shoulders are set. Bring your arms up. Back down. Good, good. So keeping those thumbs up, let's imagine we've got a circle or a block in between our hands, keeping the arms straight. Rotate one side, back to center. Rotate to the other side. Center one more time to the first side. Twist. Keep that core tight. Twist. Perfect. Lower your hands. You can have your legs however is comfortable. Plant your right hand, left arm up, let's stretch over. Back to center. Plant your left, extend your right, stretch and over. Good job. Let's get ourselves up to a standing position by whichever means you wish. And a few wardrobe adjustments. Cue the gardener. Let's have a nice deep breath in. All the way up to the ceiling. Push up to your tippy toes. And back down. Good job. Roll your shoulders. 5, 4. Squeeze those blades. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Let's have a roll down. So core nice and tight. Tuck your chin. Round down. Good. Nice soft knees. Roll back up. You can still hear me. Okay, so one more time. Roll the shoulders. 3 of those. Big breath in. All the way up. To your tippies. Back down. Shake them out. Little wriggle, 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 wriggle. And that's you lot done it. Absolute pleasure. Sneaking back in. We'll see you tomorrow, Saturday, 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
Fit over 50s. Stay safe.